In this video I'm going to explain how to download and run the Johnny805 robot simulator in code blocks. So to begin, we're going to download the zip file that contains the simulator from Brightspace. So I'm in the design projects module here and I'm going to click into the RoboSumo electrical and electronics section of the module. In here you may see some additional content by the time you're actually accessing this, but you're looking for an item here called Johnny805 and it's a zip compressed file. So this contains the bundle of software with the simulator and some example code. So I'm going to click on this arrow to the right of the file there and select download. So you can see at the bottom of my browser window here, it's downloaded a file called Johnny805.zip. So from here, I'm going to say show in folder. So this is showing the downloads folder on my machine. You can see previously I downloaded the code blocks setup program here. But there's the zip file that I've just downloaded, Johnny805. So I'm going to double click on that to see what's inside the zip file. And you can see there's the Johnny805 folder. So what I'm going to do is I am going to open a second Explorer window. So I'm going to have two of these open together and I'm going to go into my own documents folder here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the complete contents of that zip archive, which is this folder Johnny805, and I'm just going to drag that into documents here. So drag and drop it into documents. So what I'll end up with, I can close these other windows now. And what I end up with is just inside my documents folder, I've got a folder called Johnny805. Okay, so far so good. So if we look inside this folder, you'll see there's a few different things in here. The one that we're most interested in initially is the project file. So that's what we're going to open in code blocks. Now, if you allowed code blocks to associate C and C++ file extensions with it, then this file might already be labeled as a project file and you might see the code blocks icon beside it. But I'm going to show you a way of opening it which will work even if you don't have file types associated with code blocks. So when you installed code blocks, it probably created an icon on the desktop here. So if so, you can double click that to open it. And then from the file menu, I'm going to select open and I'm going to browse to my documents folder. So how do I find that? Here's my documents folder and I'm going to go inside the Johnny805 folder and you can see here's the Johnny805 project file. So I'm going to open that file there and you can see that the Johnny805 project contains a few different files. You can see them here in the project management folder on the left, but the only file that you're going to need to edit to control the robot in the simulation is this file here, robot.cpp. So it should already be open as soon as you open the project. Now to test that the simulator is actually working, we're going to build and run this program. So on the toolbar at the top here, you can see there's an icon there with a little yellow cog and a kind of a green triangular play button. So you can click that. There's also a keyboard shortcut for the same thing, which is F9. And it should run the simulator here. Now you'll see that the example code that I included in the zip file is enough to begin guiding the robot along the road, but you're going to see that it's going to run into a problem when it gets to the next bend because it can't follow the curve around in the other direction. So your job in this task is basically to try to figure out how to modify the code which is controlling the robot in order to get it to follow the road all the way along to the white parking space. If you can get it to park in the white parking space, you'll see that the clock will stop. So it's effectively a kind of a race. The faster you can get to the parking spot at the end of the road and stop the robot there, the better you're going to do in the challenge. So that's basically that for this video.